I am the Sheikh Abdul El Falah.
And who's the pretty lady with you?
Princess Fatima.
And what do you do, madam?
Run away from Kajula.
Oh, say goodbye.
Who do I give it to?
And give it to me. I will record the time that I receive your solution. If by chance 2 or more tables have the same correct solution, of course the table that I receive the earliest will be the winner.
Do it again, do it again.
Freeze for 2.
It were run through Johnson's Hog Slop Company. They're the folks that sell us the stuff to feed our pigs.
Obviously innocent could lead you to the solution quicker than questioning a suspect who may be lying.
Are these rubes from the Are these refugees from the Jerry Springer show really the rubes that they appear to be?
Millions, babe. Millions.
Probably making more energy.
The last line I say, Captain Hedwin, these are the Owens. Then I can relax and enjoy the rest of the evening.
No.
Mimi, my love.
Not a problem.
Remember what it is. Go on.
3.
Top deck.
Okay,
Top deck.
I hate that line.
My stateroom.
I love that line.
you're on.
I feel like something at the school.
Oh, I feel just like a schoolgirl.
If only you were, my dear. If only you were.
I'm losing my status as most favorite. Captain, please.
The camel thing. Passionately loved by my people and fondly known as the hyena of the desert.
Said no. Are you shoveling?
A movie star? I ain't never seen no movie star before. I saw a stripteaser one time at the county fair, but never no movie star.
Well, men will do anything for the right woman.
Well, I'm going to get to the bottom of this before we leave the sheep.
Went right through me.
Oh, a Frenchie! Well, poorly those, Monsignor and Monsignores. I just love your French fries and your French bread and French dressing. French apple pie.
Capitan, may I present to you Miss Booby Brentwood, or Bobby Breastwood.
You're on.
It's Bobby Brentwood. Another one of my millions of fans, perhaps. What else?
They're much better than you, but let's do one more time. Are you having fun over here? Yeah! How about over here? Yeah! Oh, that's what I like to hear. What? We're going to get underway in a few minutes. But first, I have 2 important messages from the captain. You might want to make mental notes of these. 1. There will be a fire drill in the boiler room immediately following dinner. The chief engineer will demonstrate the proper usage of a fire hose. Additionally, we ask you to stop by the infirmary to get your ration of malaria pills. We will be crossing equator on our trip south around Good Hope, and you will need these. They will be required. Whoa. I see the crew is loosening the lines. We are now going to prepare for departure. Let's all stand up. The reason we're going to stand up is that we're going to be waving to all our friends and family. Look here. There's loved ones out there. There's wives and husbands. There's children. There's lovers. And we may never see them again. Now listen. Listen close. Can you hear the rumble of the screws starting to turn? That's a propeller you land on. Each of you have been issued a Bon Voyage streamer. Can I borrow one from the table? You'll note that if you hold it between your fingers, they're on the table. What do you mean they're not? You got them, you got them. You don't got them, you ain't got them. We got 14 gazillion of them. Anyway, there's a little streamer on the inside for those that have it. You never have it. And then this is a demonstration. You toss this thing, you hold on to one end, and then you release it, and you throw it, and you get a wow. And if you don't hit the candles, you'll have a beautiful celebration. Now what we're going to, who's got it? Let's see a hand, show a hand, who's got it? All right, for the rest of you, you'll get a discount. There'll be extra pina coladas later. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to throw them all on the count of 3, and we're all going to say bon voyage at that time. Can you, this is a French word, can you say it? Bon voyage. Over here, bon voyage. You guys are fabulous. We are going to have so much fun. You won't believe it. Let's try it now. On 3. 1, 2, bon voyage! Oh, how cool! I forgot to tell you that was a Kodak moment. Without further ado, let me introduce to you our hostess with the mostest, Little Miss Cheryl. Now listen closely. Cheryl, my baby, come forward. Cheryl has all the rules.
Please sit down.
All right, thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our Chancellor Drama Group's production of Hi-Jinx on the High Seas. Inside your play building you received this evening are 2 loose papers. One of them is an evaluation, and we would really appreciate it if you took a few moments before leaving tonight to fill it out. There will be a basket on the maitre d's table where you gave us your tickets. If you could do that, we would really appreciate it. Thank you. Tonight we set sail aboard the USS Albatross, commanded by Captain Horatio Headwind. An international collection of characters will be attending the captain's dinner this evening. Mimi and Jean-Claude Escargot from France, Sheikh Abdul El Falah, and Princess Fatima from the tiny country of Padula, Sandy McPherson and Yolanda Harris from the British Isles, and Amanda Winterset and the Owens from the United States. Also, you'll meet Miss Bobby Brentwood, a hot Hollywood starlet. Sometime this evening, a crime will be committed, and you, the audience, will have the opportunity to solve the mystery. Soon, our characters will be making their entrances. Pay close attention to what they say and do. Take notes and keep track of the relationships the characters have with one another.
Those that are regulars.
Those of you that are regulars at our mystery dinners know that later in the evening you will have the opportunity to talk with all of the characters who are still alive. The characters will move from table to table, and you'll receive a police account of what was found at the scene of the crime. If a character comes to your table and you don't have a specific question for he or she, they may provide you with a clue that could lead you in identifying the killer or killers. The tables compete with one another, and the first table with the winning solution will win the prize. When you think you have the solution, write down who did it, how it was done, and why, and then give your solution to me. I should mention that as the characters move from table to table, they will all be telling the truth, except, of course, anyone with something to hide. When you have your solution and you've given it to me, I will record the time that I receive it. If by chance 2 or more tables have the same correct solution, the one with the earliest time will win. If you change your mind, you may submit another solution and I'll throw your original one away. Now it is time for our play to begin. You're going to love it. Sit back, relax, turn your chairs so you can see and enjoy the evening. We hope it's a lot of fun for you. We open in the captain's dining room aboard the USS Albatross.
Oh, hey, come take a gander at this. My gosh! Ain't this something? And to think it all floats too.
It sure is something, Tabitha. Ain't nothing like this in Crabapple Creek, that's for darn sure.
You know, I do have some questions on how we put the doodads on this here boat work.
Well, I think you better ask about them before you gotta use them.
Good idea. I just checked with that little lady over yonder. Can I ask you something?
Why, certainly, ma'am, but I'm not the captain.
You're an admiral?
No, I'm just one of the Albatross crew. My name is Dale. Now, what was your question?
Well, you see, me and Zeke here are from Arkansas, and there ain't no boats this size down there, because, well, there ain't no water. The reason we're here is we won a contest for a cruise for two.
It will run through Johnson's Hog Slop Company. They're the folks that sell us the stuff that we feed to our pigs. Tabitha here, she is voted Johnson's Hog Slop Queen past 5 years. She's Captain Hog Caller too. Show them how you do it, honey.
Well, okay.
What a woman!
Well, it was a real hard contest. We had to fill out this here form with our name and our address and the like.
It was real hard. Everything had to be spelled just right. It took us one whole morning to do it.
Well, we won the contest and here we are.
Well, congratulations. Now, what was your question?
Well, it has to do with our little room. We like it just fine. Don't think I'm complaining none. That foot washer is just great. Think he's happy and a hog in my funnel he just loves it.
Foot washer? Yeah. That little bucket down there on the floor. You put your foot in, then you pull on that handle. The blue water rushes all around. Kind of tickles some, but sure does a great job. First time I've ever seen one of them before.
Well, my question had to do with the potty hole.
The potty hole?
Young lady, are you sure you work here? You don't seem to know much about this goddamn boat.
Right, the potty hole. Well, it's kind of high up on the wall. You stand on a taxi use it.
You stand on a chair to use what?
Well, yeah, makes it kind of hard to read the newspaper. You gotta grab all this stuff real fast. And it's tough when the boat's rocking.
It's kind of small, too. You really need to kind of squeeze and wiggle it. Hey, I'm standing on a chair while you're doing it. Squeezing and wiggling.
Wait a minute. This potty hole, is it about 5 feet off the floor?
Yeah, just about.
That's a porthole.
Porthole?
You mean it's don't take the place of the outhouse?
Oh, my word, no.
Well, then what do you use when you have to go? You mean?
That's right.
What is it? What are you two talking about?
See, that foot washer ain't a foot washer at all. It's a flush terribly
sure is, Tabitha. You thinking what I'm thinking?
I think so.
Let's go give it a
Oh my word, those two certainly are the kind we usually have on our cruises.
There you are. I've been trying to find you. I need to know who's sitting at my table this evening for the captain's dinner. Do you have the list?
Of course, sir, right here. Let's see, there's Monsieur Jean-Claude Escargot and his wife Mimi, Sheikh Abdul El-Falah and the Princess Fatima, Miss Bobby Brentwood, and Amanda Winterset, and the Owens.
And who would you suggest that sit next to me?
Well, I believe you already know Madame Escargot. And Miss Brentwood, she's from Hollywood.
Good.
I think they would both make you pleasant company for dinner.
Good. I agree.
Sir, there's something I've been meaning to bring to your attention.
Of course. What is it?
Doesn't it strike you as odd that both the Sheik and Monsieur Escargot have been on cruises with us 4 different times this year?
No, not at all. There's nothing odd about it at all.
Well, I think it's very strange. Not only that, but they've been on the same 4 cruises every time. That just seems like too much of a pattern to be a coincidence.
I said there's nothing odd about it at all. It's just a coincidence.
I'm sorry, sir. I just wanted to bring it to your attention.
Well, you did. Now get back to work and quit trying to make a mountain out of a molehill.
Wow, I've never seen the captain quite so agitated.
Oh, miss.
Yes,
Mrs. Captain, can you direct me to the pool with the high dive?
Certainly, right through those doors, and it's the first door on your left.
Thank you very much. Bombs away. You think I was really going to go off the high dive? I'm just going to the pool with the high dive. Be careful. Jumping to conclusions can be hazardous to your solution.
Yes, this is what I'm to meet the 3 of them after dinner tonight. You know, if all goes well, Yolanda, will we set for life? Did you deliver the invitation?
Yes, Sunday. That's all taken care of. This is a bit risky, isn't it?
Sure, it's risky, but I've taken risks all my life. Born to be fancy, didn't I? However, this time I'm going to get the big pay.
Yeah, I know. But on a cruise ship, too many things can happen. Why, you could be thrown overboard and no one would know you were missing for hours. Can't we meet them somewhere else?
This is the only place where we'll all be together. Besides, they will know up front that if anything happens to me, you have a complete file on their activities also.
I could go overboard too.
Don't forget, my lawyer in London will release the story to the papers next week if we don't get back by Tuesday. They don't even know who my lawyer is.
I still think it's awfully dangerous.
Look, Yolanda, I have taken plenty of precautions. They're not about to put their operation in jeopardy. They'll pay. Just wait for them, too.
Well, how much money is involved?
Millions, babe. Millions. Now, let me find out what time dinner will be over. I don't want to be late for the meeting. Excuse me, could you tell me, please, what time dinner will be over?
Certainly. I believe they're going to start eating in about an hour, and they should be done right around 10 o'clock.
Thank you. Sure. Come, Yolanda, let's get a couple of drinks. And something to eat. We might as well meet these guys on a full stomach.
Hello there.
Yes?
Is this where the captain's dinner's being held?
It is. And you are?
Miss Winterset, Amanda Winterset.
It's a pleasure to have you with us, Miss Winterset. I was just getting ready to prepare drinks as people arrive. May I get you something?
Oh, gee, I don't know. I'm so excited. You know, this is my first cruise.
I gathered. Are you enjoying yourself?
Oh, my, yes. And being able to sit at the captain's dinner is so thrilling.
I'm sure it is. Now, about that drink.
Oh, well, something sweet with a little bit of a kick to it.
Fine.
Habibi, it appears we're a bit early. No matter. The others will be along shortly.
While we are waiting, Jean-Claude, I have a question for you.
Of course, my chérie.
This is the fourth cruise that we have been on this year.
This is true. Are we not fortunate?
I suppose so, but it is always on the same ship.
It is. Must be a coincidence.
I don't think so. And another thing, that Sheikh Abdul El Falah from Kadoola has been on every cruise also. And I noticed from the guest list he is on this one too.
Mon Dieu, is that right?
Yes, that's right. Are you mixed up in something involving the Sheikh?
Chérie, let me be honest with you. I do have a very small business proposition with the sheik.
And will this get you into trouble?
No, of course not. I simply provide him with information. That's what it is. Information that he uses in his business dealings. And he in turn provides me with a small token of his appreciation.
And this information, is it legal to do so?
Of course.
Well, I don't know that I believe you, but I will let it go for now.
That is very wise. Now can we...
One more thing. This small token of appreciation, exactly how much is it?
very small indeed. In fact, once I paid for this cruise, there is hardly anything left.
Are you holding out on me?
No, I would never do that.
Well, all right. But I'm going to keep a close eye on you and check our finances when we return to Paris.
You will find nothing unusual, nothing. Now can we...
One more thing. The invitations that came to our stateroom this afternoon. What was that?
Oui. That is bothersome. I better excuse myself after dinner for a short time to meet a colleague on a business matter. I shouldn't be very long.
Yet another little mystery. Jean-Claude, I am growing more and more curious about what is going on.
I will let you know about the meeting after I know myself. The invitation comes from a man I have never heard of, but I feel I must meet with him. Now let us join the lonely lady at the table and enjoy our dinner.
Miss Winterset, I'd like to introduce you to Madame Mimi Escargot and her husband Jean-Claude, Amanda Winterset. May I get you something to drink?
Champagne, please.
And to you, sir?
I've always wanted to say this. I'd have a vodka martini, shaken, not stirred.
Oh, look, it's Bobby Brentwood.
And exactly who is Mademoiselle Brentwood?
A movie star from America. Not a very big star, but I've seen her picture in some of the tabloids.
Mais oui, where are my manners? I must welcome her and make her feel comfortable. Mademoiselle Brentwood, Booby, I welcome you to the captain's table. As he's not here yet, I invite you to join us.
It's Bobby Brentwood. And you are?
Oh, pardon-moi. I am Jean-Claude Escargot, member of the French consulate.
It's a pleasure to meet you, for sure.
First, my wife, Madame Mimi Escargot. Mimi, this is Miss Booby Brentwood.
It's Bobby Brentwood. So nice for you to meet me.
Mademoiselle Amanda Winterset. She told us who you were. Amanda, may I present Miss Booby Brentwood?
It's Bobby Brentford, one of my millions of fans, perhaps.
Well, actually, I've seen your picture on some of the tabloids. Something to do with the mayor of Hollywood and his pending divorce?
Oh, that. Let's not talk about that, shall we?
Let me, Mimi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, darling.
Miss Brentwood, may I bring you something to drink?
Of course, anything top shelf.
Greetings, my friend. I am Sheikh Abdul El Falah, Prince and the next Emir of the vast land known as Kadula. I am passionately loved by my people and fondly known as the hyena of the desert. My good friend John Claude, may the blessings of Allah be upon you, and may your camels never run out of water.
The Princess Fatima, as enchanting as ever.
Jean Claude, we meet again.
You remember my wife, Mimi?
As lovely as a flower in the oasis, a cactus bloom, I believe.
And this is Miss Amanda Winterset.
It is said in my country, the older the fig tree, the more riper and sweeter the fruit. Surely that is the case where you are.
And finally, a movie star, Miss Booby Brentwood.
It's Bobby Brentford. A pleasure to meet you, Your Highness.
You are truly a vision, as a mermaid risen out of the sea.
Yes. May I be so bold as to have a word with you?
Right now?
Now, of course now. I like everything now.
What is it you wish to speak to me about? For my time is as valuable as a dowry of 30 wild mustangs.
Well, as the French gentleman said, I am in the movies.
And why does that have to do with anything for me, the hyena of the desert?
I'm interested in having you finance a movie in which I am the star.
Yes, dear lady. I might be able to help you.
Well, you would have to finance my movie and also be able to make it so that I could be the star.
So, you're looking for money from a sugar daddy like me.
Well, that's putting it pretty directly, but yes, I am.
In my country, we return a favor for a favor. Or to say in Kaduna, you scratch my camel, I'll scratch yours. If I give you this money, what favor may you bestow upon me?
You would obviously share the profits.
But what if there was no profits? What may I expect the time that I give you the money?
I think I see where you're headed. I'm not surprised. I think we can work something out.
Very good. Perhaps we can meet in my stateroom at midnight to discuss the trading of favors. And may the time until then pass as quickly as a shooting star across the desert sky.
All right. I'll see you at midnight.
Monsieur Abdul, did you receive a request to meet with Mr. Macpherson regarding our business venture?
I did indeed. And his reference to our business venture has me as disturbed as a sandfly on a horse with 4 tails.
I do not know how you connect us. We've been most discreet.
That is true, but one never knows. For we say in Gadula, trust in Allah. But if your camel is not at your side, make sure you have a Mercedes near at hand.
I think. Let us wait till the good captain arrives. Perhaps he can shed some light on this Mr. Macpherson.
Sorry I'm so late. Duties of command and all, you know. Dale, my drink?
Bonsoir, mon capitaine. It is good to see you again. You ever remember my wife, Mimi?
Of course. This is what, your 4th cruise with us, I believe?
Your memory is quite good, Captain.
I believe you know the Sheikh Abdul and the Princess Fatima?
Indeed. Good to see both of you two again.
I do not believe you met Miss Amanda Winterset.
Miss Winterset, welcome aboard the Albatross.
Oh, my first name is Amanda.
Amanda? What a lovely name. I shall remember it.
And finally, a movie star, Miss Booby Brentwood.
Bobby Brentwood.
It's Miss Bobby Booby Brentwood. Bobby Brestwood.
A movie star, no less.
Yeah.
You will enlighten them very easily, I'm sure.
Of course.
Capitan. Yes. Both the Sheikh and I received a request to meet with Mr. Macpherson regarding our business venture. Did you also receive one?
Yes, I did. And frankly, it worries me.
What can you tell us about this man?
Only that he is from London and traveling with a Miss Yolanda Harris. I think we must meet with him and see what it is he wants.
I agree. But let us enjoy our dinner and worry about Mr. Macpherson later.
Good idea. Dale, is everyone here?
No, sir, we're missing the Owens.
Would you mind checking on them, please?
I'll do that right away.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, not these two.
We just got lost. You know, all the floors on this thing bunches look the same.
We was even up on the roof right outside. All you can see is water. Anyway, we're here now, and we're hungry enough to eat half a cow. Where are the victuals?
Well, first, let me introduce you to our captain.
Oh, sure thing, young lady.
Captain Hedwin. These are the Owens.
Well, I certainly want to welcome you both aboard.
Oh, that's nice to meet you.
Good to meet the fella that's in charge. Always good to know the boss.
Let me introduce the rest of our guests for the evening, please. First of all, we have Jean-Claude Escargot and his wife, Mimi.
Well, Pearly this, Monsignor and Monsignoress. I just love your French fries and your French bread, your French fried possum gizzard and your French toast.
Not be French! Oui.
Then we have Miss Amanda Winterset. She's also from America.
Finally someone we can talk to. You know there's so many dang foreigners on this here boat, and none of them speak English. You think they take the time to learn our language?
Then we have Sheikh Abdul El-Falah, the next emir of the country of Kadula, also known as the hyena of the desert.
Sheikh Abdul Fula, what? You don't mind if I just called you hyena now, do you?
Fatima.
I seen you when I dream of Genie. How do you fit yourself in that little old bottle?
And finally, Miss Bobby Brentwood, a movie star from Hollywood.
A movie star? I ain't never seen no movie star before. Saw a stripteaser one time at the county fair, but never no movie star.
A movie store? Wait a minute, I knows you. You's in the National Enquirer. See, about 2 days before we left for this trip, I was in the outhouse. Zeke here barbecued up a squirrel run right through me. He's on the front cover. We use the National Enquirer out in the outhouse because the paper's good and strong, but that's a race beef, if you know what I mean. He's on the front cover and you weren't wearing much neither. If I recall, it was you and that there mayor of Hollywood.
Oh, that. We certainly don't want to talk about that. Captain, do you suppose we could eat now?
Excellent idea. Everyone please rise for a prayer. Eternal Father, strong to save, whose arm has bound the restless waves, who bids the mighty ocean deep its own appointed limits keep. O hear us when we cry to thee, for those in peril on the sea. Bless this food we are about to eat, so it may be used to expand your kingdom on both land and sea. Amen.
Amen.
Let's get started here with a little slow song. In case any of these folks down here at this table here like to get up and do a little dancing. It's followed by Lionel Richie, which is called Still. not take out. Oh, well, it's jumping. Okay, for the second song I'd like to do is a song that you're all familiar with. It's Girl from Ipanema.
Ipanema.
So bad. Is that
Thank you there, all right. Whoa, wait a second now. All right, now I see out here we have some folks look like they're from not from south of the Mason-Dixon line, so sure you want to get up and do some foot stomping. So as close as we can come, we got a song by Tony, Orlando, and Don called "Down 3 Times." Hey girl, what you doing down there? I can hear your music playing. I can hear your body swaying. One more below me, you don't know me, got love to do. Oh my God, 3 times the voice on the pipe. If the answer is no, honestly, yes. Did you meet me in the hallway? Twice on the pipe. Did you ain't gonna stop? You lost the spring with the note that's attached to my heart. Bring up every time I saw you. Only you might make me dance, only you. Oh my darling, when you start, I can't tell me no, it's
My son is a 6'2". He walks in where everybody says,
tell me now, is it so? Let me be the last to know my hand. I'll shake the I'll just glorious of this cruise that you folks are on. And the name of the song is Sea Cruise.
That seems better every day.
I was gonna say, every night.
Oh, Mary Lou is in my shoes. There's no use sitting there and singing the blues. So be my guest, you got nothing to lose. Won't let me take you on a sea cruise. I got to get to rock and get my hand on the rack. You know the chicken boogie hit me right on the back. I guess you got nothing to lose. Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise? Ooh, hey, hey, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, won't you let me take you on a sea cruise? You like traveling, baby, won't you join me? I got to get the moving, baby, I ain't lying. My heart's beating with rhythm and it's right on time. Now be my guest, we got nothing to lose. Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise? Oh, baby, baby, Thank you all very much. You've been a wonderful audience. We're moving on. We have another gig to do. Gotta get on another boat.
He has very little money.
Of course he has money. Kadula is one of the richest countries in the world.
That is true, but the emir controls most of the money. The sheikh only gets a small allowance to keep up appearances. You will get no money from Sheikh Abdul al-Falah.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I made the same mistake you are. 3 years ago, I approached the sheikh for money, and that's how I ended up a slave in his harem.
That's ridiculous. Slavery doesn't exist anymore.
It does for some of us in Kadula, and that's where you'll end up if you go through with this plan.
I don't believe you. You're just afraid that the sheep will find me more interesting than you, and then you will no longer be his favorite. I will.
If only that were true. The sheik has already informed me that I'm going to lose my status as most favored to a younger woman.
Not that it matters, but what does that mean for you?
I will no longer travel with the sheik, and when we return to Gadula, I'll be relegated to the back rooms of the harem.
Oh, none of this is of any consequence to me. I am going to meet with the sheik later, and I'm sure that I can convince him to underwrite my movie.
Do what you must, but remember, you've been warned.
Oh. Don't you want to pull this out?
Please.
I am sorry to interrupt your conversation, but I must speak with you.
It is of little consequence to me, the hyena of the desert.
Merci. This is the fourth cruise that we have been on this year on this ship. And you have been on every cruise also. This seems very strange to me.
No stranger than that with a lady with a credit card at Fields Days. A coincidence.
No, I do not think so. Jean-Claude said he trades information for un petit argent, a small amount of money.
It would be most wise Your lady with the will of a tiger.
I believe there's more than the trading of information. I also believe that the amount of money is not so small. I would like you to tell me the truth.
There is a saying in my country. When the camel is sleeping at the oasis, do not disturb him, or he will rise up and spit in your face. Madame, I strongly urge you to let this particular camel continue to sleep.
Jean-Claude, wait!
Fatima, my love, I am looking forward to getting together later.
Yes, of course, but I'm a little confused. I didn't expect you to bring your wife with you on this cruise.
I know, some things cannot be avoided. Unfortunately, she is one of those things.
I must know. Have you made the arrangements?
Arrangements?
Yes, on the last cruise you promised you'd take me with you on this one. Remember, you promised.
Oh, my dear, I am so sorry. I'm afraid that was the wine and the moon. You know how romantic we Frenchmen can be?
You mean you're not taking me with you?
I'm afraid that is true.
But you must. I have to get out of Padula.
Be sensible, my dear. First is my devoted wife. Secondly, you are aware of my business arrangement with the sheik. I cannot put that in jeopardy.
But you have to take me with you.
No, it's impossible. The sheik would eat me alive. They don't call him the hyena of the desert for nothing.
I'm losing my status as most favored. Please take me with you. I will do anything, please.
Fatima, I am so sorry. I'm afraid I can't.
Mimi, my love. I'm so glad we had a chance to speak away from the others. What time are you getting together this evening?
I don't believe we are going to, Horatio.
What? Why not?
Something has come up that I must resolve.
Perhaps I can help you?
C'est possible.
Tell me about it.
Well, this is the 4th cruise that we have been on this year, on your ship.
How well I know. Our little visits have been so delightful.
Forget that. The ship has been on every cruise also.
A mere coincidence, I'm sure.
That is what everyone says. No, it is no coincidence. Jean-Claude said he trades information for a small amount of money.
Oh. It's not information.
What?
I mean, it couldn't be information. What information could Jean-Claude have that she would need?
You know something, don't you?
No, of course not. There's nothing to know.
Well, I'm going to get to the bottom of this before I leave this ship.
This is quite upsetting. Not only have I lost my evening's diversion, but now both Mimi and Jean-Claude and Mr. McPherson could be causing trouble.
Good night, Aunt Julie. I'll see you later at your cabin.
Yes, my leading lady. At midnight. Don't be late.
Don't worry. I won't be late. I never miss a cue.
Miss Brentwood, leaving so soon?
Yes, even I must freshen up a bit at times.
Perhaps if you aren't busy, I can give you a tour of the ship later. You know, the top deck, the bridge, perhaps my stateroom.
That might be amusing. Tell me, Captain, can you finance a movie?
No, of course not. I don't have that kind of money.
Well, then you don't stand a chance, Skipper. Ta-ta.
Bummer. I had much luck this evening. Now I wonder, She might be a bit long in the tooth, but she is attractive in a mature sort of way. May as well go for it. He's short in the start with receive Fahrenheit, like you say. Miss Winterset, retiring so soon?
Captain Headwind, yes, I thought I would turn in.
The evening didn't end quite so soon.
What do you mean?
Perhaps if you aren't busy later, I can give you a tour of the ship. You know, the top deck, the bridge, perhaps my stateroom.
Are you asking me for a date?
Why, yes, Amanda, if you could call it that.
Why, I haven't had a date in years. It would be fun. And you're such a striking gentleman.
Why, thank you.
What time?
Well, I have a bit of business to attend to here. Perhaps in a couple of hours.
That would be fine.
Great. I'll send one of the crew to your cabin and bring you to the bridge. We can start there.
Wonderful. Oh, I feel just like a schoolgirl.
If only you were, my dear. If only you were.
Adios, Hyena. Mrs. Hyena. Hey, Jim. I was wondering if you could do something for us.
I'll certainly try, madam.
See, Zeke, he ain't traveled none. Not like me. I've been to Des Moines twice. And once even to Indianapolis. That's all the way up in Indiana, you know. Not only that, but he don't like to get too near the water. And he's a bit edgy us being on the ocean and all.
That's right, Admiral. Even when I go fishing, I stay 10 feet away from the lake.
Actually, I was in here Saturday night back. Why, Zeke, you don't hardly touch no water.
I can certainly believe that.
What?
Oh, nothing. Just a thought that slipped out.
As Tabitha said, that's my my wife's name, Tabitha. I am powerful nervous about being on this here boat.
You have nothing to worry about. The albatross is a fine, solid liner. It's never given me a bit of trouble. Besides, I come from a long line of seafaring types.
Well, that's good. Breeding's important. Counts in hogs, counts in people, too.
And in your case, there's been some inbreeding. So God, sorry. Anyways, I was saying, I come from a long line of ship's captains. Why, my brother was the captain of the Exxon Valdez.
See that, see? Brother's a captain, too.
And my father was the captain of the Andrea Doria.
Your father? Oh, good.
And then there's my grandfather. He was perhaps the most famous of all.
Really?
Yes. He was the captain of the Titanic.
Well, that's very good. I think I've heard of that one before. Thank you. Thank you very much, Admiral. I will sleep much better now.
Thanks, Admiral.
You're welcome.
See, with people like that and his family, the Admiral, he'll take real good care of us. The Exxon Valdez, the Andrea Doria, and that Titanic. Well, we'll just have to ask Bubba and my brother Nyberry about those when we get home.
It nears the time for our visit from Mr. McPherson. And I'm most curious as to what he has to say to us. As curious as a cat with all 9 lives left.
Frankly, it worries me.
This must be him now.
Yolanda? Good evening, gentlemen. I'm Sandy McPherson.
And you wish to speak to us?
That's correct. I'll get right to the point. Never a bit want to waste time. You see, I'm recently retired as an inspector with Interpol.
Interpol? What's that?
International Police Force. We investigate crimes that cross countries' borders. I've been watching your little operation for the past year. Extremely clever.
There is no operation.
Look, gentlemen, let's not beat about the bush. It's all in here. Now, my information shows that Mr. Escargot receives a small package in the courier's pouch delivered to the French consulate each week. The package contains a number of diamonds directly from Venezuela. Once he's collected enough to make it worthwhile, he contacts the sheik and arranges to go on a cruise with Captain Hedwig on the Albatross.
That's ridiculous.
Documentation and affidavits from key persons in the folders. Now, let me continue. Once on board the ship, the diamonds are transferred to the sheik. The captain makes sure there's no interference and signs the necessary papers for the sheik to get through customs. The sheik, of course, has no trouble entering Kadula, where he arranges to sell the diamonds on the black market.
Let's say this information you have here is correct. What do you plan to do with us? Arrest us?
Oh, no, gentlemen. Remember, I'm retired.
Then what do you plan to do?
This information, none of this information ever got to Interpol. And as of right now, we're the only ones that know what you're up to.
I'm beginning to see. You are looking for a payment to keep quiet.
Very good, Abdul. Actually, not a payment, several payments. If my information is correct, and you're beginning to realize that it is, your little scheme brings about $500,000 per trip to Kaduna.
How much?
$500,000 per trip. $2 million this year.
They told me it was much less than that. I've only been getting 10,000 a trip.
You will have to discuss it with your friends, Captain. Now, for what I want. I think 25% of the gross is reasonable. $500,000 per year.
McPherson, you are treading on very dangerous ground. Quicksand may be in your future.
Oh no, gentlemen. Here's the consequences for all of you if this story gets out. The captain, sails Namor, goes to jail. You see where this guy go? No longer a member of the French government. He goes to jail. Huh. And you, Sheik, dealing in the black market is strictly forbidden by your father. You'll have your ears cut off and your tongue yanked out. You'll lose both your eyes and at least one hand, and be sent out into the streets to beg for the rest of your miserable life. Your father is a hard man.
Was to prevent us from taking this material from you.
You're new at this, aren't you? You each have a copy of the information. I have a copy of the information. Miss Harris has a copy of the information. The original documents, however, are in the hands of a very trusted lawyer whom you shall never find. If I or Miss Harris do not contact this lawyer by 10 o'clock each Tuesday, he's going to release the story to the newspapers. Now, you have until morning to arrange for the first installment to be transferred to this Swiss bank account. Good night, gentlemen. Come to Landa, let's see what we can spend our money on.
You two have been shortchanging me.
That is of little importance at this moment. From the money that McPherson demands, there will be very little profit left over for all of us. My good friend John Todd, is there a way to increase the merchandise?
Not without the great risk of getting caught.
Then there is very little left over to do. Even if we were to eliminate McPherson and Miss Harris, we would still have the lawyers to deal with the papers. What shall we do?
Miss Harris, what are you doing here?
Gentlemen, I believe Santa's being a bit greedy. I have a
proposition for you, which you may find more palatable.
And your proposition is?
If you will pay me $50,000 per trip, I'll see that the lawyer is contacted every Tuesday, and you can continue your little enterprise safely.
That's considerably less. Is there anything else?
Well, obviously someone must do away with Mr. McPherson.
But that's murder, on top of everything else.
Perhaps an accident, Captain. If Mr. McPherson were to fall overboard, he'd be out of your hair.
But what of this lawyer? What would happen if McPherson were to have this accident? Or in the said in Kadula? A lawyer will always show up just when you have someone else's mud on your face.
Sandy told the lawyer that if anything were to happen to him, but I was okay, the information should not be released.
How did you get Mr. McPherson to agree to that?
Men will do anything for the right woman.
Oui, I see.
Let's leave it to this. If Mr. McPherson should disappear, you and I have a deal. If not, your original agreement with him is still in force. Good night, Jonathan. Oh, sweet dreams.
That woman is a viper.
But she gives us a much better alternative.
This is true. For there is a saying in my country, do not eat the dates before they fall from the tree. Thanks to Miss Harris, McPherson's dates will never fall from the trees.
Two things bother me. First, what to do about McPherson, and second, my payments need to be increased.
This is true. Two things will be addressed. This is your ship, Captain. I expect you to do something with McPherson.
But that's murder.
You're very astute. As for your payments, we will address the money. Thanks to Miss Harris, we will have enough profits left over for all of us. And who knows? Maybe someday we will discover who is that lawyer and deal with him and Miss Harris. For truly it is said in Kadula, you must get the lawyer in the end before he gets you in the end. Come, Fatima. My movie star waits.
Jean-Claude, you must help me with McPherson.
No, it's impossible, my captain. You can handle it yourself. Good night.
I can't kill a man. But if I don't, a little deal will be off, and the sheep will be after my hide. What am I going to do? How did I ever let this happen?
It is now 1/2 hour later. An important phone call has been made.
Mr. McPherson, Mr. McPherson.
Ah, Princess Fatima, I thought it might have been you who called.
It's very important to tell you.
And that is?
You must promise me one thing first.
And that is?
That you will take me with you when you leave the ship. I must get out of Kadula. And with your connections, you could get me a new citizenship.
Yes, I can. But it depends upon what you have to tell me.
You've been double-crossed by Miss Harris. She's agreed to contact the lawyer every Tuesday for $50,000.
You can't be serious. You are serious, aren't you?
I've never been more serious in my life. And they're also planning for you to have an accident and fall overboard.
And who's to take care of that?
The captain. But the sheik isn't too sure of him, so you have to watch out for everyone.
I guess I mustn't I? Including the dear Yolanda. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You'll take me with you then?
Yes, Fatima? Yes, I will.
Oh, good.
As we serve dessert and coffee, you will receive an account of what transpired this evening. Read it carefully and have your table decide what line of questioning you wish to follow to unravel the crime. One tip we might pass on is to find out as soon as possible where all of the characters were when the crime was committed. Let's quickly go over the ground rules. Give your solution to me. Remember, you can turn in more than one solution, but only your last one will count in determining the winning table this evening. Remember, as the characters come to the table, that all of them will be telling the truth, except, of course, the killers, or anyone involved in the crime. One more thing you should know is that all of the characters have some information which will lead to the correct solution. Questioning those that are obviously innocent may lead you to the solution quicker than questioning a suspect that may be lying. Enjoy your dessert.
They look like actors.
I think that was oh, yeah.
I mean, I got the last one. Great.
Mimi, can we sit over there?
Thank you very much. Thank you, yeah.
Well, you take one or the other. Which one do you want to count?
Take your last one.
We'll go with this one.
This one? Okay.
Right, everything.
Coming in.
I shouldn't ask you to make fingers without being against two
What's taking them so long?
Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a solution from all of the tables. On behalf of the cast and crew, we'd like to thank you for coming tonight and say good night. Good night.
Now they're going to leave and not tell us.
I would at this time like to introduce you to the person who is going to tell us who killed Yolanda Harris and how it happened. Our detective, Miss Marbles.
Gosh, is this tipsy or is it just me? Having a good time? Oh, yeah. Good. Everybody know who done it? Yeah. Help me out, would you?
He looks good on him.
Well, you all know what happened. Yolanda Harris is missing. We presume she fell overboard. And unless she is an excellent swimmer or extremely buoyant, she is shark bait. The questions we need to answer are, did she fall overboard of her own accord, Or was she pushed overboard and murdered? Given the circumstances surrounding her activities, murder is a strong possibility. Not only was she blackmailing the 3 gentlemen involved in the diamond smuggling ring, but she was double-crossing Mr. McPherson. How'd you like that, Mr. McPherson? Let's all do it, Mr. McPherson. We are going to solve this mystery, or my name isn't Lucy Marbles.
Did she say loose marbles?
First, I have to find my notes. The Annotated Sherlock Holmes, Volume 1, by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. The answer's in here, maybe? I've done it.
Can you?
Nancy Drew, you think that'd help us? How to Solve a Mystery by Jessica Fletcher. Oh, here, I've been looking for this. I wondered where it was. Oh, much better. Oh, yeah. Jeez, I think I killed the fish. Ah! Here are my notes. Now, who could have done such a thing? Could it be Satan?
He's got my vote.
My head's great. Maybe it was Dale. Now she's smart. But if it were Dale, we would have to bail Dale out of jail. And even this play isn't that corny.
On the back.
Could it be the Princess Fatima? Well, wouldn't she rather die than listen to any more camel jokes?
Wouldn't we all?
How about Monsieur Escargot?
The pleasure's all mine. Loose my bells.
How could such a lover beat a killer?
I agree 100%.
But he did have a motive. Maman, Mimi, oui, oui. Maman, Mimi, oui, oui.
Every
Maman,
5
Maman, oui, oui. She knew something was amiss, and she may have found both Mr. McPherson and Miss Harris a threat to her and her husband. Oh, God. And these refugees from the Jerry Springer Show are they the rubes that they appear to be?
I love the Jerry Springer Show. Hey, you remember Cousin Earl on there?
Well, I remember that, but all they ever do on that show is pull their clothes off and fight with each other.
Good television.
Yes, they are the rubes.
You listen here, Missy. My wife and I resemble every morning.
I rest my case.
And then there is Sheikh Abdul El-Falah, the hyena of the desert. And his friend, Captain Horatio Hedwig. Both had a motive to see Miss Harris dead. But the strongest motive of all belongs to Mr. McPherson. Ready? McPherson. By offering to deal directly with the three men involved in the diamond smuggling ring, Miss Harris took a great chance of having her life snuffed out if he found out about her double cross.
Not enough to murder.
And he found out about her double cross from who? Anybody? Who knows? Fatima, the Princess Fatima. Although it is difficult to establish the exact time of the murder, we have a very good indication. Miss Harris received a phone call around 11:15. She left her cabin and went to the stern right away. The stern. That's the back of the boat. The round end.
Not the pointy part.
We know the difference.
Dale saw her. Mimi Escargot saw Miss Harris and her killer at the stern shortly before midnight. Miss Harris was still alive. Later, both Zeke and Tabitha Owens testified that they heard two people arguing at the rear of the boat at exactly midnight. Those two people were Miss Harris and her killer. Now, where were the suspects at midnight? Captain Hedwig has an excellent alibi. He was with Miss Winterset, giving her a tour of the ship. You know, the top deck, the bridge, perhaps the stateroom.
Usually works.
They were together from 11:30 to 1 and were seen around midnight by several passengers at the bar. You know the bar. The front of the boat. The pointy end.
The pointy part.
The Sheik also has an alibi. Perhaps not quite as strong, but certainly more enjoyable. He was with Miss Brentwood from 11:45 until 3 o'clock.
Not booby.
11:45 until 3 o'clock.
We were talking dollars and diamonds.
Mr. Sheik, sir, when this is all over, we simply must get to know each other. And then there is Miss Booby Brentwood. It's Bobby Brentwood.
You would always be booby to me.
She was with the Sheik from 11:45 until 3?
Not for the faint of
Monsieur Escargot claims he was in his cabin. His wife was out walking, so she can't vouch for him. But others, and no one, by the way, saw him on the deck. There were 2 phone calls that he made, however, that tend to verify his alibi. Both are around midnight. One to Mr. McPherson and one to the Sheik. So, Mr. Jean-Claude Escargot is off the hook. He is not our killer. This.
Oh, no, I got my own.
And now for our crime suspect, our faction plate, Mr. McPherson. Mr. McPherson. Let's do that again. Mr. McPherson. Boy, you guys are good. But he actually has two alibis. The first one is the phone call he got from Jean-Claude right around midnight. And closer to the time the murder occurred, he was identified as the male with Miss Dale at the rail. So everyone who has a motive has an alibi. Oh, wait. There is one person who would benefit by seeing Miss Harris dead. And this is a killer. The killer is the only one who says Miss Harris went over the stern of the boat. And this is an important clue. Only the killer would know where Miss Harris fell off the rail because it was the killer who pushed her over. It was very important to our killer that the Sheik, the captain, and Jean-Claude continue to deal with Mr. McPherson and not Miss Mr. McPherson had to stay alive because he is critical to our killer's plans to obtain her freedom. Yes, our killer is a woman. The omens heard two women arguing. And Miss Escargot saw Miss Harris and a woman. A woman she identified. Princess Fatima, your wish to get out of Kadula has been granted. You, my dear, are going to jail.
No, I had
Come with me.
I couldn't stand another camel joke. I had to.
Captain, please dock the ship at the nearest port. We need to turn Princess Fatima over to the proper authorities. Thank you.
Okay, well, we're great detectives tonight. We had 8 tables with the correct answer. But the one that came in first is table number 5. I need the rest of the cast. I'd like to thank Kathy Nagel. She did publicity for us. And last night, a photographer from the Herald was here, so watching the neighborhood section, I believe that's where they said it would be. We hope sometime this week. I'd also like to thank our ship's photographer tonight, Steve Schrey, and his trusty sidekick, Paula, even though she had sometimes trouble turning the upside down. Don't forget to pick up your pictures on the way out. And now, I would like to say thank you to our dinner time entertainment. Barbara, is Barbara on? Yes. Oh, yeah. Sandy, here, please. Sandy just does the dinner. This is her second year, and I never have to think, is it going to be done? Is this ordered? She just says yes, and you saw it tonight. She does a wonderful job. On the wait staff, you work. And I want to say thank you to my husband, Charlie. With his help and all the crew, the place looks like it does tonight. Thank you, Charlie. Now I'll introduce the cast. First we have our detective, Lucy Marbles, Kathy Nagel. The captain of our Miss Dale Hawkins, Diane Knowles. Chief, yeah, did himself. Larry Denson. Even though she was the bad person tonight, she did do more. And our Frenchman, Jean-Claude Escargot, Bill DeBrot. And Dawn Meehan, if you enjoyed your dessert tonight, thank Dawn. She did that on top of many, many other things. Thank you for your help, Tabitha Owens, Dawn Meehan. My husband, Zeke Owens, Larry Sitcher, thank you. Sandy McPherson, Glenn Martin. And our movie star, Bobby Brentwood, Joanne Park. Now shall we bring back the poor woman that went overboard, Melinda Harris, Pam Alexander. what, she was on the other end of the phone, I can't tell you how many times, late at night and every other time, and thank you, Kathy.
That's it. No, it's not it. That's not it. Because Donna, for 3 years, has worked her tail off, excuse me. She has done just the most wonderful job, and we are all thrilled, I mean, and very happy to work with her. I know we've never had a problem. We ask people, do you want to do this? They don't care who they're doing it, I mean, what part they're playing. They just
say yes.
So we want to thank you so much for all the time